Exeter, New Hampshire, an iconically scenic and growing town, rooted in U.S. history and home of the Exeter UFO Festival, the Kiwanis organization's biggest fundraiser of the year. But one thing we intend to explore here at the Bard's Archive is what is now known as the incident at Exeter. In this new series, together, we will explore the mysterious event that caused a congressional hearing in 1966. Let's get started. Of all places, why would Exeter, New Hampshire be a place to grab a senator's attention, enough to be the center of a congressional hearing? And why was this such a big deal? Even to this day, people still debate over the events that have occurred and their importance. To start, let's revisit the events of that night. Here in Kensington, New Hampshire, Route 150 South, Amesbury Road. Sometime after midnight, an 18-year-old named Norman Mascarello was walking home from visiting his girlfriend's place in Amesbury. He pitched a ride from a friend that went along with him. Norman sold his car due to being drafted in Vietnam. He was a month away from being sent out. Here, what is now an equestrian center, and was an abandoned farmhouse, Norman described the crickets going silent before seeing what he described as a bright red spherical object rise above the tree line. The sight of it scared him so badly, he ran to the nearest house and knocked frantically on its door to get anyone, to open up, before deciding to hide behind the rock wall in front of the property. Arthur Russell, who still lives in the house, found him hiding there before seeing the UFO for himself.
He was scared. He ducked down behind that wall. And I can remember going on just on the other side of the wall, and I can see that, what do you call it, a spaceship or whatever it was, going along, went up over them trees down back.
Sometime later, the UFO had left, and Dave Hunt, the officer in the middle of this picture, found Norman and took him back to the police station. Here, Officer Gene Bertrand had returned to the station from a panicked call on Route 1 with a similar description to what Norman saw. Gene then decided to go back to the spot with Dave and Norman. It was here the same or an identical object rose up from the tree line. Initially thinking it was going to crash based on its movement, hovered shortly and flew off. This report, which reached the press 6 days later, made its mark on history and shaped the history of Exeter, New Hampshire forever. Thank you for watching the first installment, and have a good day.